Let a, b, c, and d be real numbers. Given that ac equals 1, b plus c over d is undefined, and abc equals d, which of the following must be true? So we're given that ac equals 1, b plus c over d is undefined, and that ABC, or a times b times c is equal to d, which of the following is true? So here we see that ABC equals d. We can rewrite this as a times c times b equals d, because multiplication is commutative, so we can just change the order. So a times c and then times b is equal to d. But we know that ac is equal to 1. So that means we can replace this with 1, this AC. So 1 times B is just B. So this leaves us with the result that B is equal to D. So let's use this information and rewrite this here. So B is equal to D. So let's replace B with D. Or we can replace D with B. So we'll be left with B plus C over D. And the only way for, sorry, we gotta replace it with B. So we have this fraction here, and the only way for B to equal, or this fraction to be undefined, is if the denominator of this fraction is 0, because anything divided by 0 is undefined. So that means we need B to equal 0 in this case. So one of the things that must be true is that B equals 0. Now we have to rule out these other answer choices. So A says that A has to equal 0. And that's impossible because we see here that A times C equals 1. And if A is 0, then there's no way for this to equal 1. So A is incorrect. Now here it says that A equals 1 and C equals 1. Now, these don't have to be true because A and C can actually equal anything that multiplied to equal 1. Because no matter what the value of A and C are in these two equations here, they still remain true. As long as A times C equals 1, then we're fine. Because A and C could also just be -1 times -1, and everything here would still work out because they both equal 1. So no, A and C don't have to be 1 and -1, or 1 and 1. And then A equals -C. Well, that's not possible, because if A equals -C, then that means that A and C have opposite signs. And if we multiply something with opposite signs together, we'll always get a negative number. And that's not, so then we won't be able to multiply A and C and get 1. So this is not possible. And then B plus C has to equal 0. Now, if B plus C equals 0, then that means that in this case we'll be dividing 0 by 0. And this isn't undefined. This is actually an indeterminate form. This will be indeterminate. And that's not the same thing as undefined. Indeterminate means we literally can't determine the value of this. Undefined means it goes up to infinity or negative infinity. So B plus C cannot equal 0, or then in that case, B plus C over D can never be undefined. So we could rule out E as well. So the correct answer choice is D. B equals 0. because we need b equals 0 for this expression here to be undefined. Because we need the denominator to be 0, and we proved that over here b equals d. So when b equals d and b equals 0, then that means we have d equals 0 in the denominator, which makes this expression undefined. So D is the correct answer.